Vanakkam, my Auto Express viewers. Few weeks back we had talked about the new Hyundai Creta. I given you a detailed review and so on and so forth. Today I am here to show you a new variant that has come out. In fact, there are some changes in this car, not too dramatic, not mechanically, but otherwise small changes. And I wanted to point out this variant because it is a significant variant. So the N line, the N word might sound like N for new, but actually Hyundai uses it as a sporty variant. So your i20 has an N line, your Venue has a N line, and many other features. But this is the N line of the Creta. The N line Creta comes in some exclusive colors like matte gray, this thunder blue as they call it, another shade of white, so on and so forth. But here I wanted to point out some minor changes to you that are there in the car that makes the car look a little bit more sportier and, in my opinion, very good, very handsome, if you can call it that. So let's start with the front and let me show you some of the changes that are involved in this particular variant. So when it comes to the front looks, this black grille that you see here is unique to this car. The other cars have it in different shades, but this one is black here. There's a different skid plate here. The N-Line logo is quite conspicuous over here. But one more place where they have made a departure is the N-Line logo on the wheel, because normally it has the H of Hyundai, but in this case you see N, which is the N-Line distinction. Lots of N-Line badges about here. There's one as well. This watch is pretty standard. This one is a dual tone with a black roof. So you see this here. The lines are the same, but I somehow think that this shade of blue and this little red tinge on the side, I think this makes it look very sporty and very sexy. You also get red brake calipers, which gives the car a nice, very mellowed but sporty look. Let me now show you the boot space to tell you how it has changed or has it not changed. If you see it from the back, the looks are again the same, but I just think, as I keep repeatedly saying, this blue color sort of brings out the best part of this car, and it looks very nice over here, very smart. You have your connected tail lights here. You have a lovely red strip running, which I said, and of course, a red reflector down there. And if I were to open the boot, it is exactly the same as the older car with not much changes. You have your support toolkit here and you have your spare wheel over here. The rest is absolutely the same. This is a brief overview of the exteriors. As I said, there's not much changes to it. This is what it is. Let's sit inside and see what the changes inside are. The interiors of the car are somewhat different. As I had told you, you have these leatherette seats with the N line logo again on them, a little sporty red stitcher. You see a lot of red inserts all over the car. This has been done, of course, to give it a very sporty look. Otherwise, the interior is all black. Again, keeping with that sporty intent. The controls and all are similar to the normal car, and you have your wireless charger here. You have a USB-C, a USB-A, a 12-volt socket, ventilated seats, electronic parking brake. This car in particular has a manual transmission, so you see this here. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as the normal Creta. You have this massive sunroof that sits right above you, going all the way to the back. The same three-spoke sporty steering wheel again, not to forget the N-Line logo on it, and somewhat different in design. And of course, you have your ADAS features and your full dual 10.25-inch screens, which not only show you the instrumentation, but also major car functions, your navigation, everything. The Bose sound system, of course, is standard. And overall, I find the seats to be quite comfortable, and I can adjust them. They're electrically adjustable for the driver's seat, and I find them to be very nice, nicely shaped, and they hold my back well. Uh, of course, that useless magnetic picture thing is still here, very irritatingly. But otherwise, more or less, the car is more or less the same. But the seats are well contoured, well designed, and I think overall comfort in the front is fine. Let's take a look at the back seat. At the back also it's pretty comfortable. You have the same wheelbase though, so leg space is the same. You do have two USB-C charging ports here. You have a manual curtain here, which is very useful in our this thing. I love this little LED map reading light. And of course you have these pillows which are very comfortable to rest your head on when going, especially when going on long distances. My favorite feature? Yes. The armrest with its two cup holders, again, very comfortable, very nice. You can take your mobile and put it here. There's a nice mobile holder here. So if you're charging from these spots, this is very handy. Overall, the rear is quite comfortable. The sunroof comes all the way back. And yes, it definitely gets some plus brownie points for the car. Mechanically, not much has changed, but there are some significant pointers to this that I would like to show you. Uh, this is the same turbo 1.5 DDI engine that you find on the normal Creta with its 160 horses. Importantly, this particular variant, the N-Line variant, comes with an option of a manual transmission, a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is not available on the top models of the Creta. But to this model exclusively, they have given a manual transmission. And otherwise, the details are unchanged. This produces the same 160 horses of power as I told you. But hey, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in eating it. So let us drive this and see how it is different. Driving the N-Line feels quite a lot sporty because, I love this gruff sound of the engine. The exhaust makes a totally different noise. I'm sure you'll hear it too. But other than that, the car is fairly simple and straightforward. The manual does give it a little more grunt, of course, because as you know, you can control the gears better and you sort of manage to get more power in a way sort of out of the car rather than the dual clutch transmission that the car comes with. Now here we come on a speed breaker, and of course the suspension is quite nice and pliant, which means that you have good road holding, good grip. Overall, I think Hyundai has done a very good job on the suspension of this car. So it's quite refined, and as I said, I'm just loving the experience of driving a manual after a long time and hearing the engine. So I'm literally trying to stretch the engine between the gears, and overall you'll love it too. It suits all purposes, whether you want to use it as a sports car or a family car. The choice is yours. So I hope you liked a short and sweet review of the Creta N-Line, which is a little different from the normal Creta as we spoke. I really enjoyed driving this car, and I hope you guys enjoyed driving this car with me too. Now we come to the most important part as to what is the pricing. The pricing ranges from 16 lakh 82,000 to 20 lakh 29,000 ex showroom. There are two versions available, the N8 and the N10, and both can be had with either the manual or the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. I hope you enjoyed driving this car, as I said, with me as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. And I look forward to seeing you soon with another car, another variant of a car, to which we'll get to next time. Till then, please use your seatbelts on all seats and stay safe. Thank you.